Saturday's main event is a good one. Frankie Edgar versus Cub Swanson. Let's strike zone this bad boy. I'll get things started here with Frankie Edgar. Break him down. This is a guy, a very high-volume striker, very tricky guy to fight. Non-stop, in your face, always moving in and out. And, you know, there's a good look at the kind of volume that he throws at his opponents. You can also mix things up, of course, with his wrestling. This is a former Division I wrestler from Clarion. Always a good technique there from Frankie Edgar, that double leg takedown. Key number one, push the pace. This is where Frankie Edgar really grinds down his opponents, stays in their face, always mixing things up, a lot of variety. And he also showed he's got some knockout power as well. Key number two, utilize angles. Now that's gonna be very good for Frankie to not only land his shots, but not get hit in return by Cub Swanson. Finding those angles will be critical for Frankie Edgar's success in landing the takedown. Again, that's something that he's relied on throughout his career. Mixes things up and really confuses his opponents. Such a strong aspect to his game.
Let's take a look at Cub Swanson. We all fancy Cub a boxer, but surprisingly, the guy has really good takedowns. 63% takedown accuracy, and look at this beautiful hip toss he hit on Dennis Seaver. But at the end of the day, he boxes. He trains with Timothy Bradley, world champion boxer. And from what I hear, he actually does a pretty good job in there. Look at George Roop's mouthpiece. It flies out of his mouth, hits the cage, and it hits him right back in the face. Cub Swanson gets after guys, and when he gets them hurt, he finishes them. These are going to be his keys. Key number one, use his reach. He has to keep Frankie Edgar at the edge of his punches. He has to keep him off of him with his kicks so that Frankie can't dart in and maybe land his takedowns. What's this lead me to? His second key, keep it standing. Yep. If Frankie can't get close enough to take him down, Cub Swanson will be at an advantage. And also, it would allow him to actually be comfortable. Frankie can't be uncomfortable in the cage. His third key is gonna be, look for the finish. Not only do you want to finish a guy like Frankie Edgar because he keeps coming and coming and coming, he needs to make a statement. Yep. He needs to show people that if he wins this fight and he finishes him, 7 is enough. Give me a title shot. Cub Swanson does this, he'll have a great chance for success on Saturday night.
Absolutely. All right, a good breakdown, man. So who wins this fight?
As much as I'm kind of saying Cub Swanson is going to do it, I believe that Frankie Edgar, the little engine that we call him, I think he'll get it done.
I'm going with Frankie as well. I think his ability to win decisions, I think that's what's going to be the difference. I think he's very experienced. I think he's going to use his wrestling out there, and he gets the win by decision against a tough Cub Swanson.